Hello guys, this is Dr. E from Dr. E Skateboard. Today we're going to go ahead and install the all-terrain 120mm iwonder wheels on the Mini S. And one of the problems with the Mini S, if you go over any bumps, if you ride it for a long time, all that vibration goes into your body. And with these wheels, you're going to have a wonderful ride. You're going to be able to go over potholes. You're going to be able to go over more bumps. Also, your overall ride is going to be much more comfortable. So in order to install this, you'll obviously need cloud wheels. And you'll need a Sleep Revolution conversion kit. This is basically a pulley that allows you to connect ABEC wheels. And basically the ABEC wheels have these slots. And this will allow you to just simply fit them in there. Just like that. And you should be able to fit it in there. Now you can also use any other wheels, anything that's ABEC that fits this pattern. Not all ABEC wheels are the same, so make sure it fits before you buy, or make sure you're able to return it. Alright, so basically it's the same pulley. Instead of the standard boosted wheels, this will fit any ABEC style wheels. So first thing we're going to do is fit this pulley into the wheels you want. Now these cloud wheels that I got, it's from iwonder. If you see, the depth is much longer, but it's shorter. So obviously you want it to put it on the side without the lettering, so you have more clearance. And it should fit. Now it's not going to fit with this bearing in there. You don't actually need the bearing. So your cloud wheels may come with the bearings installed like this one. Then you're going to have to go ahead and take the inside one out. Just going to wedge it out a little bit slowly at a time. There we go. You don't need this extra bearing. You do need the other one in there. Alright, you also don't need the spacers. And now you're going to be able to fit this wheel in just like that. Alright, so it should fit just like that. The reason why you don't need a spacer because there's another big bearing with the boosted board design. Alright, do that for another wheel. That you just two of the wheels. So I'm going to go to the non-lettering side. If you have any trouble, just use something a little bit sharper so you can get between the spacers. Let's get that out. Get this out. And the Sleep Revolution kit just comes with 2 pulleys and also extra washers. Alright, hold on to that. And we're going to go ahead and put this in there. That should fit perfect. That's ready to go. And we're going to set these aside. You can leave the wheels alone. Next, we're going to go ahead and use a skate tool to take the nut out. Real easy. Take the nut out. Alright, there's also a spacer. And to take the wheels out, simply just pull on it a little bit and just go ahead and just turn until everything falls out. You should have a washer and wheel. Next, you're going to have to take the belt cover off. So go ahead and use Allen wrench. There should be 2 screws on the left here. Alright, just take it out. Alright, once that's out, you'll have to take the pulley out. Go ahead and pull on it a little bit. Now get the pulley out. Just leave the washer back in there, so you'll need it. And next, what you're going to do, put the new wheels on there. Just do a dry fit without the belt. And it fits just perfectly. I still have some clearance here, so I'm going to go ahead and put the belt back in. And let's go ahead and put this back in there. And as far as fitting this back in, you want to get the belt in just in there. And then just sort of turn it until the pulley fits in there. And slowly push in a little bit. And then keep doing it. Keep pushing and keep turning until it's all the way in. Now the belt could be a little tight. You may have to adjust the belt. Seems like it's a little bit too tight on mine. So I'm going to take it out actually. I'm going to go ahead and loosen the motors so I can so I can make it a little bit looser. because you don't want it super tight fit. You want it sort of tight but not too tight. I'm just gonna loosen it and fit in the pulley first and do a dry fit. And this is how also you can tighten your pulleys. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in there. Oops. With the belt. And the motor should now move up and down. So have it at the shorter setting like that. And we're gonna go ahead and put the pulley in. Get the pulley in all the way. Make sure it's all fitted. The belt is fitted. Alright, once in there, you're gonna pull on the pulley as much as possible. Put some pressure, and then you're gonna screw it in there and see how the tension is. And that looks very, very good. And once that's in there, go ahead and tighten. Make sure you over tighten, slightly over tighten the motor screws, because they tend to, if they come off, they might start rubbing against other things you don't want. So something doesn't feel right here. Okay, it looks really good now. It's a little loose still, so I'm gonna readjust it. I don't know why it's so loose. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure the belt is on correctly. Make sure the pulley is on all the way in, just like that. Make sure there's no space here. And then you're gonna pull on the motor as much as possible. Get it nice and tight. And then tighten the motor screws. And it should be little loose is fine, just like that. Doesn't have to be super tight. Alright, once that's on there, should be ready to go. Just get a nice smooth turn. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the wheels back on there. It should just fit in there. And boom shakalaka. Alright, it fits fine. Take it out actually again. Put your belt cover back on. Let me go ahead and put the belt cover back on here. That's a perfect fit for the Mini S. Now you can use this method for any of the boosted. They're all the same. They're all compatible. I'm not sure about the older generation, but if you have the latest generation before boosted ran out of business, I think you should be good to go. Go ahead and check out the pulley, still working fine. Looking good. Go ahead and insert the wheel. Go ahead and put the washer and the nuts. And you should be good to go. So you may have to put extra washers. It's sort of, so take everything out first. Sorry. So what I want to show you, you can see how it's sort of rubbing against there, but you have a little space over here. So what you can do is use the extra spacers that came with it to space it out a little bit so the pulley doesn't go in there. So let me go and actually show you. And you may have to just leave the belt cover off. So I'm going to actually just take the belt cover off. You don't really need it. It's just for protecting the belt, but I usually don't use it. Just don't use the belt cover if you're going to use cloud wheels, because it's going to really tug on there, it seems like. Yeah, it's just going to hit against there. It's going to fit right there, and there's no room for the belt cover. It's going to basically hit on it. Now also, you want to check the pulley. You could space it out a little bit, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take it out for a second. Oh, there's one spacer there. So you may be able to still use the belt cover if you use 2 washers instead of 1. That's probably why the kit came with extra washers. So I'm going to actually put 1 more washer in there. You can actually do this on many of the DIY electric skateboards. Just to space it out, sometimes you do need to use an extra one. Just do a dry fit. And you see how the end of the tooth does not align with this one? So you want it to put a little bit more washers. So maybe put 3 washers. Should be good. And it fits a little bit better. I'm going to put 1 more. Just because sometimes when they manufacture these aftermarket ones, they're off by a little bit. So now it aligns perfectly, almost. Maybe put 1 more. 3, 4, 5. So I'll put 5 washers. I know that sounds like a lot. It should be fine. Just get that perfect fit. Yes, now I have a lot of clearance here. I should also be able to use the belt cover now. So when I was putting it together, I realized that's not going to work. So I'm going to put the belt cover back on. And the belt. Not the belt cover, sorry. The pulley. And I'm going to go ahead and slide it in there. Ooh, it's way off. So when I put too much washers, oh fudge. Alright, next I'm going to go ahead and put the belt on. I'm just going to not use the belt cover because it's rubbing against it. Okay, it's nice on there. I'm going to go ahead and don't put the belt cover on, just leave it off because it will rub against the motor. And I'm just going to re-put everything here. Go ahead and lock this in there. Lock it all the way and loosen about half a turn. And that's looking really nice. Nothing rubbing. You can see it's running real nice. Alright, super smooth. Now you're going to do the same thing for the other side. Should be really simple. Exact same thing. So first thing you're going to do is take the nut out. Have a washer and a nut. Pull the pulley and the motor out, whichever comes together, but this time I got the whole thing out together. It's great. Put that aside. Next I'm going to go ahead and grab the other pulley. I'll also take the belt cover off because you're going to simply rub against it. It's a actually real easy mod to get these cloud wheels. And it's going to make your ride so much better. Now you'll probably have to adjust the belt tension, so undo the motor mount screws, the 4 of them there. Make sure the motor moves around. And we're going to go ahead and grab the pulley and we're going to go ahead and insert it. Alright, insert it all the way. Get the belt in there nicely. That's once in there. You're going to pull on the motor. Give it nice tension, and while pulling on the motor, you can go ahead and tighten this motor screws. That should be real. Oh, it's not tight. Actually, redo this. Make sure it's tight as possible. Alright. Yeah, that's real tight. Alright. Not too tight where it doesn't roll well, but tight with slight looseness. Now make sure you tighten all the motor screws. 1 extra half turn after tightening should be good. You don't want them coming loose. Alright, that's really nicely in there. We're pretty much done. Go ahead and insert the wheel, the washer, and the nut. Tighten, go halfway back. Both wheels looking really good. Next, we're going to simply replace the front wheels, and we should be good. Make sure you have the logo facing out. That's looking real good. Let's do the other side here. Now remember, you're going to have slightly less torque, but you're going to have a higher top speed. The difference shouldn't be too bit noticeable because of the high gearing on the boosted Mini S. I think it's like almost 3.5 to 1. You still get plenty of torque with these wheels, but obviously you're going to get much higher top speed with the larger wheels, and it's going to be much more comfortable. And that's pretty much it. We are ready to go. And take a look at the results. Really nice.